Hi, today I'm going to walk you through our KC Online Complaints Management application. We are now in Advanced Case Manager, and here you can see that there are a range of cases. Within this case management view, this is a central consolidated view of all complaints which have been captured through email, SMS, social media, mail, line of business applications as an example. When looking at the cases, you will see that these are highlighted in different colours which represent a traffic light system. Cases in red, which I'm highlighting now, indicate that they have exceeded their SLA. Cases which are in yellow indicate that the case is approaching its SLA deadline and that more resource may need to be allocated to this in order to get it processed before it reaches its deadline. And white is a new case which has been received into the system. I'm now going to open this complaint at the bottom of the queue, and this one just so happens to be a social media complaint. Here we can see the complaint that has been received is coming from a user called Joe Blogs. Shocking customer service. I'm seriously considering changing banks if somebody does not get back to me ASAP. Within this case now, in the documents section, you now have the ability to reply back to the customer using templated letter integration. If I click on letters now, you can create a new letter. You can choose letter drafts. You can choose initial acknowledgement letter, select open. We can then send a templated letter back to the customer. We can reply back to them through email, fax, SMS, and lastly we can reply back to them using social media. I'm now going to click the social media button, and I'm going to illustrate replying back to Joe Blogs by sending a message back to him on Facebook, and I'm just going to reply back with the customer's complaint reference number. The complaint reference number is identified here in the top left hand corner. So your reference number is, I'm now going to select send, and now we've sent that social media message back to Joe Blogs just acknowledging his complaint, and we've told him what his complaint reference number is. This case screen also provides other RICS functionality, such as a detailed case audit history. So if I select case audit now, this is the simple view. You can now see every action which has been performed on this case. So when the case was created, when the SLA deadline was set, what queue the case got allocated to who's then opened the case, then when a message was then sent back to the user. So it's a thorough case audit which is provided within the case management screen. We then also have the case notes section at the bottom here. This is where a user can come in and they can add in any case notes. So you may have been speaking to the actual customer, or you may know this customer from previous experience, and you may want to add some notes into the case. So I'm just going to type my message in here. A new customer needs to show excellent levels of customer service. I can now save that note, and then this note is now then stored in the case, so anyone else that picks up this case can come and view this note, and they can add any additional notes on. Now going into the checklist tab, which has a predefined set of events in order for a caseworker to process this case through to resolution. Here you can see some of the steps which this caseworker has already gone through. So they've re-indexed the case and sent it an acknowledgement letter. They've contacted the customer to agree what the conditions of satisfaction are. They've created the conditions of satisfaction's case note, and then they've set the complaint type as bank charges. Now the caseworker can then carry on processing these steps until they've worked through the checklist and the complaint has been resolved. So for instance, they've set to agree the deadline response. I can now come in and I can just say, yes, we have agreed the deadline response. Now I can update. And now it's going to tell me to come in and to set the time and date. So I'm just going to choose by Friday, midday. That's OK. Then that's now set the deadline for this case. And we can then go on and we can process through the rest of the checklist steps. So that's just a quick overview of the Advanced Case Manager tool. Now I'm going to take you through to the document history and show you the 4 steps which led to this case being created within Advanced Case Manager. So here you can see you have the conversation history box, which is in our back office application. And what's happened here is that the back office application has identified that this message is a complaint and it's assigned it to the complaints category. Then then the back office system has carried out some automated actions. Number one, it's identified that the message is a complaint and marked it as a high priority message. It's then sent an automated reply back to the user on Facebook, acknowledging the fact that we've received their complaint. Then sent an email notification to the complaints processing team, just alerting them to the fact that a complaint has been received and where the complaint originated from. Finally, we then transfer the case into Advanced Case Manager for processing through to resolution by a caseworker. All of these steps have been performed automatically without human intervention. The first action an employee will take is to open the case within Advanced Case Manager. Now I'll take you into the back office system to show you how we identified the message as a complaint. Here you will see this is the original message which was received via Facebook. Facebook is identified through the icon here, and we can see that it's coming through the Hampshire Bank Facebook page. Below we get the username of the person who sent in the message, and we get details of their text. Shocking customer service, I'm seriously considering changing bank if somebody does not get back to me ASAP. We can see that there are several words highlighted in red, and if we hover over them, we can see that these words are a member of the category complaints. Our back office application, using our analytics tool, is analysing the sentiment of the message. We do this by using textual analysis, and we can identify what each message is saying. Once we've identified what that message is saying, we assign it to an appropriate category. So examples of categories we have are complaints, sales leads, insurance claims, FINRA compliance, profanity. We can then assign all of these messages to the various different categories, and then once it's been assigned to the categories, that's where we can configure the back office system to apply the automated workflow actions in order to create a case within Advanced Case Manager and to perform all of these automated replies. Now if we refresh ourselves with our actions, we can see that we originally sent an automated reply back to Joe on Facebook, and then we sent a message out from our Advanced Case Manager solution, just going back to Joe with what his complaints reference number is. So if we go out to Facebook, so let me refresh the page, reload the page, scroll down to post the page, expand on this top message here. Here you can see the two messages. So shocking customer service, I'm seriously considering changing banks. The message came in 30 minutes ago, and here we can see 29 minutes ago, our automated response went out saying, we're sorry to hear you're having problems, someone will be in touch with you very shortly. Then, later on, you can see the second message, which we sent from our Advanced Case Manager tool, which is your reference number is 10,578. So that just shows the level of automation we have created from our Advanced Case Manager and our back office system, and how we can communicate with the customers and how we can process complaints through to resolution. This now concludes the demonstration for Integrities' online complaints management solution.